everyone, and welcome to another episode of Living on Blockchain. Today, we are speaking to Sanghita. Sanghita is a prominent figure, obviously, in the financial industry. She has had a wealth of experience as a two-time founder, an executive leader, an angel investor. She's also been on the board in various financial firms across the emerging markets. Her latest venture is called Solus Finance. It is aimed at revolutionizing futures trading by making it more accessible, less risky, and socially engaging as well. Basically, this was a fairly interesting conversation because we delved and talked a lot about what futures are, what option trading is, what binary trading is, and what are the kind of upcoming features that Solus Finance is going to be providing to its users. So I can't wait for you guys to hear this. Let's deep dive right in. Hi, Sangeeta. Thank you so much for making the time to speak to us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, gearing up for Token 2049 Dubai, flying out there from US on Sunday. So yeah, how are you? And thank you so much for inviting me. Appreciate it.
No, the pleasure is all mine. I'm doing wonderfully well. Thank you so much for asking. Yes, a lot of people are gearing up for Token 2049, and we'll come to that. Can you, for our listeners, can you tell us a little about yourself, your background, how you got into this space, please?
Yeah, initially born and brought up in India from a very small place in Bihar, which is very, very close to connected to the border area of both Nepal and Bangladesh. I did my basic education over there, then moved to Bhubaneswar, did my engineering, then spent quite some time in Bangalore working in Sony, Siemens. Always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I tried a couple of things over there, 2011-12 in Bangalore. Of course, didn't work out. And so out of frustration, just left Bangalore and was trying to find some more opportunity. And then that time Siemens was starting their brand new, full arm of mobility automation, which included rail automation, airways automation. So I just joined them. So I was the first one to build, European train control system automation for Denmark. Grew the team 1% to 37 people over 18 months, and then I decided to move out and again think something else. So had no clue at that time what to do. So just resigned and was sitting and without any option, without any next plan B, and was talking to a lot of my friends, and someone candidly told me, when you don't know what to do, just do MBA. So I decided to, I decided to, write GMAT, and then I came to States. It's been more than 10 years now, but I did my MBA from Arizona State University. And that's where, actually I started getting very good exposure on entrepreneurship. I bumped into one of my classmates. He was already running as a startup called Workind. So I joined him as a fourth member of the team. Learned a lot of things. They were actually Saudi Arabia based company, but then their headquarters was in US. So, a lot of exposure on how to do fundraise, how you start building teams, and a lot of other things. I really enjoyed that journey a lot. Probably, the thing that I was looking for, I think I got it there. Then there was some, visa issues and other things, so I had to take up a full-time job. So I joined Western Union as an auditor. Did a lot of regulatory audits, financial audits. So I still have a lot of connects that I know people who work in securities and CFTCs in US, because we work closely with them. And that time, Western Union also was going through a 5 million fine due to some compliance miss that happened. So we were very closely working with them. So you always look back and connect the dot, and then you realize oh yeah, great, that happened. Now I can use those relationship and all those. So I mean, I think that was a very good turning point for me. So audit is the center of financial systems. And so I got a lot of exposure with a lot of leadership. And then Western Union Bank, which does a lot of trading and hedging. So the head of the bank picked me up, and they wanted me to look into their trading strategies. And also I did a lot of trading and hedging and Forex for Western Union. From there, I moved into payments inside the company. And then I was heading their all payout methods, basically wallet payout, bank payout, card payout, And that's where in 2018, actually, we were trying to do a pilot for crypto P2P payout, which never flew, but that was my journey actually into blockchain and crypto. That's how I started in blockchain and crypto. So I was really fascinated. We built a team. We kind of like built the product, but for several reasons it didn't fly. But then I became a full-time person into, on the sideways, full-time person into crypto, very much hands-on on blockchain. Then, I quit my job during the pandemic and started my own venture, which was on HR tech, and we call Your Mocha, with one of my experienced co-founder, and she was always a recruiter in HR. And then in 2022, I actually operationally checked out from that, and then I started thinking, what should I do? And so I did a backpack trip from Kerala to Bombay all alone, and I was just trying to evaluate what should I do. But I was very clear that I want to do something in the field of finance, crypto. And then I kind of like bumped with some people from the crypto industry, where I was trying to tell them like I was looking into the trend, like derivatives. Spot trading was great, but I knew that derivatives is something that's going to be the next for crypto. If I look into the forex trend, right? It's the same thing that's what is going to happen to crypto. Like now you see the US has already approved ETF. What next? Next will be CFDs. Next will be options. So I had that thing in my head, and I bumped with some of the leaders, and I bounced the idea. One of the leader that I first met, and I was bouncing the idea, was Nishal Shetty. I met him and I told him, and he was like, "Yeah, there's some potential over here. You should definitely explore." Then I came back to States. I met with the CTO of Broadreach Finance here in New York. They are very big into blockchain and crypto solutions. And then I again bounced the idea over there. There also I got a lot of good feedback that, hey, yeah, there is a lot of potential over here. Got support from OnDeck, which is a California-based accelerator venture program, and that's how the journey of Solus started. So 2023, we kind of like started with a small MVP, and then now, we have two products, flagship products. One is already live. The other is going to come in next couple of months. So one is, more geared towards amateur traders who want to probably experience crypto and how options trading works in crypto, is like binary options that we have. And the other is we are working on CFD futures, which should be out in next couple of months. Yeah, we are already for the binary options. We are already revenue generating. We have more than 200 users transacting every day. We just launched it in January, and then we kind of like kept improvising the product. So we are making 2x growth since then. And we're very optimistic that we will keep making better growth as we keep moving into the journey.
Wow, brilliant. That's quite an introduction and quite a long journey you've had, like with your experience in finance and somebody who stumbled upon blockchain, and now you've created quite a phenomenal platform. And I call it phenomenal not just because of the tech capability, but also because of the fact, like you mentioned, that you're a revenue generating platform, which is something I feel Web3 entrepreneurs do not really make it into their headline when they're building. And you just launched like a year back, and because you mentioned 2023, and you have solid volumes and you have solid revenue. So more power to you. Kudos for that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the journey has been vast, a lot of learning, but the journey is still pending.
Right.
That's why I say miles to go before I sleep.
You sleep. Yeah, like Robert
Yeah, I love that quote, actually. I love that quote.
Yeah, it's a wonderful poem. Can you tell us a little about the team? Like how big is your team, and what are you getting up for next on the platform on Solus Finance?
Yeah, see, we are still a small team at like 7, 8 people right now, but I'm still hiring rigorously. So we have lent out 5 offers, very much struggling. So most of the hiring, especially on the tech side, I'm doing in India. And to be honest, like very, very much struggling with this notice period and whatnot that we have established over there. So every time I hire, I have to wait. I have to either bargain or I have to do payouts for them or buyouts for them, or I have to do a lot of hip and hold to, make people join early because I mean, we are a startup. 2 months for us to wait for a resource to join is just like killing us, right?
Yeah,
So
that's not
yeah, so
possible. Yeah.
yeah, so we are really rigorously hiring. So far, we have been doing a lot of marketing with freelancers. Now we are building a team of 5 people in-house gradually. Three of them we have already extended out the offer. Some of them are joining next week. So yeah, the team size will increase to 12 to 13 people in the next couple of months.
Wow, nice, wonderful. And tell me, what is like the next big milestone for you guys?
See, the idea is very clear. From the binary option side, we want to hit 1,000, 1,500 users per day
Hmm.
uh, into our platform. That's our next goal. And all the marketing effort that we are looking for is to achieve. And again, by
Hmm.
end of Q2, early Q3, we want to launch our CFD futures too. So I think those two will be the biggest milestone. So the tech people that we are hiring will be
Hmm.
mostly focusing on the CFD futures, and the marketing people are going to work on the growth. That's the strategy that we have.
Right. So you are simplifying future trading, right? So can you explain a little, perhaps for our listeners, what is future trading, and can you explain how leveraging Web3 technology contributes to achieving this particular goal?
Yeah, see, I mean, look, futures. I go to this lot of interviews and people do ask me like, what is futures trading? If I have to explain something in a very layman, then I will say generally in a spot trade, your strategy is buy something at less cost and sell at high. Now, if suppose you buy something at less cost and the price of that asset goes down, then you are making loss, period. You
Right.
can't do much about it.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can keep buying more at that lower price to hedge your risk. Whereas in futures, the good part is you can make money whether the price can go up or down, doesn't matter. It is just your cognitive ability to predict whether the price of the asset will move up from a particular spot price or it will go down from a particular spot price. Regardless, whatever the asset move is, if your understanding of the movement is correct, you will be able to make money. So that's why a lot of futures trading platforms are dominated by, mostly like two kind of people. One are speculators, traders, because they are very good in predicting, the market movements. You don't have to buy the asset, and you don't have to worry, how do I protect my asset? My asset will get hacked and other things. You can just make money every day through playing on the price. The good part is, you if you to do a lot of buy and sell on spot trading, it's not that convenient, but you can do a lot of buy and sell in futures every day, keep a goal and make everyday income through that. So you can make a full-time profession out of it.
Hmm.
The second most important segment of people who actually dominate these sections are actual institutions. So, for
Hmm.
example, if I am a big institution and I am holding a lot of bitcoins, right?
Hmm.
And I know, suppose let's go back to 2022, right? The Bitcoin crashed. So
Hmm.
how do I hedge my risk? How do I hedge my risk? So a lot of these people, they hedge their risk of their underlying asset by actually doing futures trading. So if we go back to 2022 and I know that the market of Bitcoin is, gradually crashing and it's going down. So I'll take short positions and I'll try to put a lot more money and hedge all the asset valuation that I lost through this futures trading and hedge the risk over there. So institutions generally do to hedge the risk of their underlying asset. Speculators, retail traders, they try to do more to play on the price movement and make daily income from it. We do simplify futures because there is a lot of thing in futures. If you see the current exchanges, you have to understand a lot of things. For example, how to use leverage, how to use a stop loss, what is a spread. So and the whole, order book, getting to understanding of like how and where to start. I think those are very big barriers for futures trading. So what we try to do is like, we try to keep people more guarded in the sense of like we don't want to get people into like 100 leverage. Although those are all great, but those are very risky that I'm going to talk in next few minutes. Again, then we are looking for some stop loss kind of through AI based, so that
Hmm.
based on your patterns, we should have a stop loss for you rather than you putting a stop loss. I met several people who are actually doing futures trading, and they were like, I have taken a leverage of 20x, but can you tell me what is margin? I don't understand what is
Hmm.
margin.
Right.
I mean, I get very shocked with people because, people, when they see that we can make money out of something, they get very excited. They try to make use of it. But if they don't have the right tools, they will end up losing a lot of money. And that's where we come in picture. That's our uniqueness, actually, that we want to solve that problem through better user experience, more hand-holding and education. Now, coming back to leverage, why I was saying that leverage is a very very good tool, but also very scary tool is, if you want to buy something of say $100, uh, and you have to put $100. But if you take leverage, then you just put $10 and you take 10x leverage. The contract or the asset that you are buying will be still worth of 100. You have to pay 100. You have to pay only 10. You can start at a very low investment. So think this like you are taking a loan from the exchange, kind of. Think in a very layman term. You are, rather than putting your entire $100 to buy that $100 contract, you are putting 10. Other rest part, exchange is taking the risk and putting it to you. But in general, this is very risky because if you make profit, of course you will make 10x profit. But if you lose, you are going to lose 10x too. So most people who are just starting, they get very fascinated about the fact that I have to do very low investment and I can make 10x more return. It is great, but this tool are very very important, that you understand how to use these tools. Otherwise you will end up losing more money than you are making. That's why these tools becomes very important and scary. So again, that's where also Solus comes in picture. Based on your trading experience and your trading behavior, we will be recommending. Of course, the platform is not live yet, so some of the ideas that we have, like, we will be recommending you guys, like, hey, you should take for this kind of asset, you should take this much leverage. For this kind of asset, based on your trading pattern, do this kind of a stop loss and other things. So, we want to bring, the idea is we want to empower the retail investors more and more to actually exploit the power of derivative trading, because there is a lot of potential. You can actually, if done right, you can actually make a lot of money. But the fact is, 90% people loses money in derivatives, and that's why we want to bring these guardrails to help people get onboarded.
Okay, this is very interesting. So, you've given quite a overview of future trading and you've explained certain terms. I think that will be very helpful to our listeners. You mentioned that a certain part of the platform is not live right now, but you had mentioned that, you have 200 daily active users. So what part of the platform are those active users utilizing? And can anyone sign up
Yeah.
to the platform?
Yeah. So remember, in the beginning, I was saying like we have two flagship product. One is the futures, one is the binary options. So the binary options is live. The futures will be live by end of Q2 or a little early Q3.
Okay.
And so a lot of this, because we were talking about futures, that's why I said like that's not
Hmm.
live. But binary option is live. Anyone can go trade. There is a full demo version also, that where you can practice, develop yourself, and then put money and then trade. So you can try out both the version, master yourself, and then go and do the options trading. So that is totally live. Anyone can do it. anyone from any part of the world can do, except certain countries, which we do not have the licenses for. So for example, like OFAC sanctioned countries, we don't allow. There are some, like Canada is not allowed. So there are certain countries is blocked, but other than that, you can access from anywhere you want.
Okay. So I was under the impression that binary trading is illegal in India. Is that the case, or has that changed recently?
Binary trading is not illegal in India. There is binary trading and CFDs, both are unregulated, I will say,
Okay.
in India. And also, we are only focusing on crypto. So the crypto is also currently
Oh,
unregulated.
yeah. Oh, all right. Okay. So can you tell me a little about, because we are talking about finance and the platform deals with funds of users, can you tell us a little about the risk management strategies that you have in place to ensure security of user funds?
Yep. So we're very, very protective about what we do here. So first of all, we are not we are not a decentralized platform complete. So a lot of things are centralized, and so we conduct regular audits. We have partnered with PCIL audit, which is a more financial and Web2 firm who conducts regular audits for us. We conduct a lot of AML programs because we are operationally registered in US, so we follow a lot of US regulations in terms of AML, in terms of compliance protocols that we keep doing so that there is no fraud. Our funds are not being used by any bad element. Other than that, we run a lot of vulnerability scan, infosec scan, and we are actually working to onboard I cannot disclose much, but one of a very experienced person in the from crypto, one of the leading crypto exchange who looks after the security of those exchanges. We are very much close to onboard one person who can be our chief security officer. The talks are going on, and so once we have those, we will be having much more rigorous controls in terms of protecting ourselves, mostly from phishing attacks and kind of the login attempts that we get from countries like Iran, Afghanistan, and others. So again, location protection is also available there. So if you keep switching your location, you will get notified in your email. Two-factor authentications and all is actually underway to be implemented. I think by end of this month, two-factor authentication is also coming up. So, yep. So several measures in terms of